Chris Eads, and our line is Wootini, here with another Gay Gamer video podcast. Remember last episode how I talked about how I had gotten the DLC for Horizon Zero Dawn, the Frozen Wilds, and I was going to start playing that since I never got it before, and it's such a great game, and I wanted to play some more of it. Now that Sony has made it free for everybody with Play at Home, get on that. I think you've only got a couple of weeks left, till like the mid-May, I think it's free. So, awesome game. You should totally play it if you haven't played it yet. Get it, download it, and enjoy it. And you get the DLC. But I encountered a bit of a problem because I started the DLC, and right at the beginning, there was this machine that was like super scary and super tough, and it kicked my ass. And the only reason I didn't die is because I'm so like, I'd already finished the game, so I'm like completely leveled up. I've got the best armor and everything, so like I was able to get through it by the skin of my teeth. But that sort of put me off, and I was like, oh god, like I don't remember how to play the game. Maybe this isn't a good idea. It's been years since I've played Horizon Zero Dawn. So I looked up, you know, tips and tricks, what to know, beginning tips, whatever, just to refresh my memory. And I also, like, you know, read an article about, like, the different arrow types and when to use them and what they're good for, just to refresh my memory. And, but it was still days before I said, alright, let me go and give it another shot. And thankfully, I'm glad I did, because, I got to the Banuk camp, and I did, like, the story stuff, talking to people, and finding side quests, whatever, and then I thought, alright, let me go see what happens. Because at that point, I got caught up in it, and I'm like, let me see. And I go to do the main quest, and I find the shaman's helper, and he's like, look, I'll tell you where the shaman is if you take out that tower and those enemies. And I was like, okay, fine. So, I gave it a shot. And it wasn't that bad. I actually was able to do it. And I took out the enemies, I stealth attacked a few, and then, you know, taking out the tower stunned one of them, so I was able to just kill it right off. And then I took out the other enemies, and then I looked at my health, and I was like, I didn't even lose any health. So that's good. Then I did a side quest where I brought a tall neck back to life, and again, I didn't lose any health. Well, clearing out the area of clearing out the tall neck of enemies, that was easy. Then you had to go and get the tall neck parts, which were on enemies in 3 different locations nearby. 2 of those locations were perfectly fine. Easy peasy. I mean, not easy peasy, but not that bad, considering that I hadn't played it in years. But then the third one that I went to get, there was a cave, and it was another one of those big giant machine bears that was like a complete bitch, and I was like, whoa. But now I was back into the groove of things, so even though it was a difficult battle, I was able to do it and still not die. There I lost some health, but it was okay. I was alright. So I'm like, that's fine. There's some tough enemies. The regular enemies are fine. I continued on the shaman's path on the main quest, and encountered a couple of really vicious, brutal enemies that, I forget what they were called, but they were like all cloaked, and you could barely see them, and they would kill you in one hit. So when I restarted, I got to that point, and I was perched on wires from above, and I took them out with my arrows, and then it wasn't so bad. So I am able to get through this, so I will be continuing the DLC, and will hopefully finish it. However, I ran into another problem. Now that I've gotten back into it and I played it for a few days, then suddenly I stopped playing it because on Friday, new Pokemon Snap came out. And it's delightful. So that's causing a little bit of an interruption to my Horizon Zero Dawn there. It's funny because I looked on Amazon, and Amazon was like, this product releases on April 30th. But it didn't have an estimated release date, or delivery date, I mean. So I added it to my cart to see, like, when they said I would get it. And they were like, you'll get it sometime in April. You know, sometime between the beginning of April and the end of April. And I was just like, okay, this is lame. Because I had ordered a movie from them last month or so, and it came out in the middle of April, and they were just like, yeah, sorry, we don't have it, so you'll get it like maybe next month sometime. Like now they're saying I'll get it by the end of May, and I'm like, seriously? I have to cancel that order and get it from somewhere else because they're being ridiculous. So I wasn't willing to wait until May to get my game. So I went to Best Buy, and they promised that I would have it delivered on release day. So I said, fine, you can have my money. Plus, I get credits with Best Buy for rewards, and I in fact had a $5 reward coupon, so that basically took away the tax. It's not a lot, not a big reward, but, you know, I saved $5, something. It's better than nothing. So, it came on release date, and Friday evening after work, my package came, and I was able to start taking pictures of adorable Pokemon. It's basically the same, from what I remember, as the N64 game. That was many, many years ago, so I don't remember details of that game. I just remember that I could get stickers printed at Blockbuster, which unfortunately, with this new version, there's no more Blockbuster, so you can't have your stickers printed. Boo. It's basically the same game. It's an on-rails shooter, and you just roll your way through an area, and the Pokemon are all around you doing stuff, and you have to try to, you know, snap pictures of them. I have not tried playing it portably with the motion controls to move the camera. I've just been using regular controls. They're fine. The camera moves a little slow. I've had to adjust it, and I'm probably going to adjust it a little more because I feel like when I'm swooping the camera around, it's not as fast as I want it to be. I'm missing shots. I've got to move. Got to get it moving. And you basically take pictures of Pokemon doing stuff. You can throw fruit and stuff to make them like do other things to get them to do something special, and then you get better points for your picture. And then after you finish an area, you get experience points for taking pictures in that area, and as you get more points, you can level up the areas, and after leveling up an area, you'll see different Pokemon, you'll see the same Pokemon in different locations, you'll see them doing different things. Like, it changes the area every time. My only concern is, like, if you got a semi-cool picture and you wanted to go back and get it again, if you leveled up after that round, you can't go back because it's leveled up. So make sure you get your shots when you have the opportunity, because once you level up, it changes the whole thing, and then you're going to miss out and you won't be able to get that shot anymore. Unless there's a way later to adjust that, I don't know. But it's very cute, it's very fun. There's also an online element where you can upload your favorite pictures and you get likes. And what I like is that you can see other people's pictures that they've been taking, and some of them are taking really good pictures. And you can give them likes, and then people give your pictures likes. You can have 6 pictures plus 2 that the professor chooses. And when you're browsing pictures, the game actually blocks certain images and says, hey, this is a Pokemon that you haven't seen yet, or an area that you haven't gone to yet. Are you sure you want to look at this picture? Which is nice, because it helps keep you from spoiling that element of surprise. But I've gotten a handful of likes on some of my pictures, but the picture that I just gotten the most likes is this horrible picture I took of Magikarp eating a fruit that I tossed to it, and it's like, from too far away, you can't tell what's happening in it. It's a horrible picture. I've taken way better pictures, but the game thinks this is a terrific picture, and now that's my most liked picture. It has the most sweet medals, and I'm just like, alright, whatever. I've taken way better pictures. But the game is a lot of fun. It's very addictive, because as you go through it, like, you go through a course, and you're like, oh, right, that Dodrio jumps here, and I need to get a picture of that for one of the challenges. And I forgot, so I'll do it again and try to remember the next time I do this course that he's going to jump when I go through this section, and I've got to make sure I catch it. But then, of course, I forget, because there's so much going on that I space out, and I'm just flailing around taking pictures of whatever. But it's super fun, and it's super adorable, and it's not virtual photography per se. You know I love my virtual photography, but here you're just taking pictures, you can zoom, and that's about it. And even then, it's like you zoom in or you zoom out. There's no levels of zoom, in or out. So, but what you can do is, after you finished a course, if there's pictures that you like, you can save them to your album. Not your actual photo decks, your Poke photo decks that you're building with your best picture of each Pokemon. You can save additional pictures if you think they came out good, you want to save them. But you can also re-snap them, which lets you go in at that moment later. If you saved it to your album, then that's it. This is your chance to go in and fix pictures. There you can do some virtual photography kind of tweaks where you can't, angle around. That's your shot, but you can zoom in and out, and you can move the camera up and down. So I've had a couple shots where I'm like, that was a really good picture, but I cropped off the tail, or I cropped off the horns, or whatever. And you can zoom out, and you can reposition the camera so that it's framed much better. And then you can do some depth of field to blur the background. And you can make some very, very nice photos. And then, of course, you can take your photos, and then you can add silly stickers to them, and frames, and, do whatever you want. And that's fun, too. So my online pictures that I've uploaded to get likes are a series. It's a variety of nice pictures and goofy sticker pictures, and then that Magikarp. That's the only problem, is the AI is a little off, because it's like, you need to put your Pokemon right in the center, and I'm like, that's not good photography skills. 2/3 rules. Like, use the side of the frame, use the frame better, more creative. But the professor, who's really cute, by the way, he wants his Pokemon right dead center, and he won't take no for an answer. So, don't get creative until you're in resnap mode there, or you won't get points. But it's great fun, and like I said, it's addictive because you keep wanting to go back and get better pictures and stuff. But it's enough of a different type of game that I think I'll be able to play Pokemon Snap and Horizon Zero Dawn, and it's just a matter of like stopping to go play the other. But like if I want to like spend some time getting into Horizon Zero Dawn and really getting into the story and really getting into the thing, like I can do that. If I just want to do a quick round of Pokemon Snap, then I can just do that. That's fine. Also, my Pokemon Snap is technically portable, even though I don't go anywhere really to use my Switch portably anymore right now. There is that option if my husband's using the TV. I can't play Horizon Zero Dawn, I'll just take my Switch in the other room, and I can play Pokemon Snap in there. But super fun. Very, very happy to have a new Pokemon Snap game. I know it's a cult classic, and I'm glad that they acknowledged that there are people who love it. And I know a lot of people are loving it. So, because I am not even, like, I have a ton of friends playing this game, and I see on the leaderboards that they are all way, way ahead of me with points, and I'm taking way better pictures than me, and I'm like, good for you guys. I'm fine when I can, like, slowly, when I can pause the game and then angle everything just so. That's how I like to do my virtual photography. I'm not so good when it's snap decisions. Get it? Pokemon Snap. Come back next episode, and I'll have more to say about both of these games, and maybe another one. Who knows? You have to come back and find out. Bye!